So where are you from, Roseanne?
Well, I live in Denver now, but I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah.
It must be
I am
really
the only
hard to do.
comic in the world from there.
Only comic. And how did you get your start?
How did I get my start? Well, when I moved to Denver, and I was already married and had 3 kids, then they finally opened a club there and said anyone could have 5 minutes for open mic night. So I got started that way. I went down there, and I did 5 minutes.
Welcome. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. And congrats on...
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Congrats on Roseanne. I mean, I know you are
right?
Roseanne, but congrats. I mean, it was one of the, was it 20 million people or something? And one, I mean, there was a giant hit.
27.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Let's get the number right. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's the biggest thing ever.
It's so awesome.
Did you expect that response?
No, because I never have expectations. I just have hopes.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I was blown away. And, you know.
And I kept doing it.
And how long have you been doing that?
This is my 4th year now. Well, about 3, maybe almost 4.
So who are the people that you've looked up to in comedy and the kind of you got some of your ideas? Elaine Boozler, Joan Rivers?
Yeah.
No?
And, yeah, I like them. I like everybody. I mean, I remember being 3 years old and comedy was really sanctified in our house, like especially when
people just identify with the family and they missed them. They missed the family.
Yeah, there's even something, even just the couch is kind of like comfort food. When you see the Roseanne couch, you go, oh yeah, I know
We had to rebuild everything because they threw it out because we didn't think we'd ever come back. So they what do you call it, replicated all of it down to the wallpaper and everything. They did a great job.
Wow, did it feel weird going back on the set?
Yeah, it was like we all felt like it. No time had passed.
Sullivan was on, and my dad would be down there, and they'd go, comedian, and we'd all run. So I just, you know, I suppose most of all Richard Pryor, and
Don Rickles.
Rusty Warren.
Don Rickles. Oh God, yes, I love him.
Did you like Rusty
Yes,
Warren?
I loved Rusty Warren. I loved her. She's one of my idols, and Lenny Bruce, especially him.
Now, Rusty lives here in Paradise
I know.
Valley.
So if she's watching, hey, come on down, Alice. I'm doing a lot of your stuff.
What you meant to say?
Asked at all like that maybe we had a month off and it was 21 years. But it just all clicked and it was just like being home.
Yeah, I mean, well, it couldn't be a bigger thing. But then also with a big hit comes people that aren't so happy as well. If you say that you're a supporter of Donald Trump or...
Oh, yeah, people are mad about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't give a
You bought a lot of her albums, that's what.
Yeah. So yeah.
Knockers up.
Yeah, I got it for $2 at a used record store 2 months ago.
And so you're now headlining all across the country. What's it like being on the road?
Well, it's like watching a whole bunch of Beaver reruns, you know, and eating out of cans and waiting until 9.
People sometimes think that there's such a glamorous life of a comedian.
I
They go on
thought
stage,
that. I thought
45 minutes, they get paid, and they get treated.
Yeah. I mean, is that how you deal with it?
everybody had to choose for themselves, according to their own conscience, who they thought was the lesser of 2 evils. You know, everybody chose that, so I'm not going to put anybody down who didn't vote like me. This is America. It's a free country, and, you know, when you weigh it all together, you know, I just felt like we needed a whole new thing all the way.
Like royalty?
Yeah, I thought that too.
You thought that?
Yeah.
It's not true, though. Set the record straight.
It's not true at all. It's like, you know, it's all right.
So what, you looking forward to going on Carson and Letterman after this?
Well, I hope to do Letterman this year.
Have you called in or any other shows
Well,
that
some
you've
guy
done?
saw me and gave me his card and told me to do it, so I'm going to when I get organized. I have a real problem being organized. And I have to get organized. My husband said that.
So what?
To top.
Yeah, and you changed it up. I mean, but you're now doing stand-up again, right?
I am.
Are you excited about doing that again? Do you have any stories?
I just toured Canada, which, you know, was fun.
Yeah, Canada's beautiful, yeah.
Hi, Canadians.
We allow 10 to 12 Canadians per show. It's good.
Yeah, they told me, I said, is it going to be warm in Canada in April? Because I live in Hawaii, you know, so... And they said, oh, it's a wonderful spring thing. And it was like...
It's like
Because like all my
raising a
jokes are in
family.
big hefty bags in my in my basement. I like write jokes and stuff them. So I got to get it organized, huh?
So what's it like raising a family and traveling on the road?
Well, it's great because my husband, he's like a house husband when I'm not there, and his mother comes and, so it hadn't been hard.
And you're teaching your children to be comedians also?
Oh, they're so funny. I use a lot of jokes my kids wrote. Relax, Jerry. They're funny.
90 below or something. Ice, these big chunks of ice were coming out of our car. And I got really sick, because I haven't been in snow for almost 30 years. So it was freaky, but, I just felt like, well, you got to do what's given to you, so I just did it,
Yeah. So you got your start, I would say, on The Tonight Show.
Oh, yeah.
With Johnny Carson,
Oh,
the
yeah.
great Johnny Carson. Here's a
The
photo
great Johnny Carson.
of you from 1985.
Ah!
They're real funny jokes. And I pay them $3 a joke, and they're all like amateur comics. And my husband also does stand-up, so we're a real funny family.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing your act, Roseanne.
Well, you should.
Where are you performing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's it called again? Seekers in
Secret.
Scottsdale.
In Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And John, we've worked together for the last 3 years. They started out in Chuckles. You're from Indiana, and so am I originally.
Yeah.
You're your style is...
Oh, look at that.
I mean, what do you remember? That's fantastic. What do you remember about it?
I remember about this here that I tried to get a hip haircut because my hair looked like crap. So I went to a Hollywood or, hairdo place, and they gave me a mullet, which I hated, and I couldn't find anything in my size to wear at the store. So I got this.
And prove that I kind of get the picture of a David Letterman on the way you approach
A
comedy.
fuzzy picture of David Letterman. A bad picture of David Letterman.
I went to school with David Letterman in high school, and he then went on to do
You
the weather in Indianapolis, and like I said, the styles are similar. So what's new in your comedy career?
Nothing. I'm here. Loser.
You're a
Loser.
middle act. That's a big
No,
step
I'm
up.
really excited about my act, and I just bought a new car and new house, and I got a lot.
This thing, it looks like a couch. And, it's just like culture shock going to California. But the most thing I remember is, of course, Johnny Carson, because I dreamed of that all my life. My dad used to let me stay up if I did my homework to watch Johnny Carson's monologue, and it was just such, an integral part of my life. And there I was doing it, it was
where
crazy.
was he to you? Like, was he to the right of you or to the left of you?
I was like right there, and he's like,
Women. Who am I kidding? Loser. Loser. Nothing. I'm living
still
on the floor of
teaching?
a friend's house.
Are you still
Loser?
teaching?
No, I'm not teaching
You were
anymore.
teaching English, right?
Yeah.
And I remember last time we
I
talked, you were
teach
substituting.
English.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, I just want to say,
an
John's
idiot.
really come a long way in comedy.
I
He used
sure
to-
have.
he used to-
L.A.
Yeah.
That's really
LA.
That's right.
2,000
Long
miles,
way.
I think.
You know, when he came to Arizona, he didn't have a dime in his pocket, and well, now.
like how you are, to the right. What is that, right?
Yeah, to the right. Yeah. Okay.
And I was just like, oh my God, that was way before they invented poise pads and adult diapers. So I was like, oh my God, I was just so scared.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, you don't do adult diapers now, though.
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm coming out with my own line of adult diapers.
You are?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big hit for me because I want to do this branding.
Oh, he has a dime, so he's pretty.
No,
So
really, I
you did
started-
buy a house. Bob
No,
Fisher
and
from
I
the
don't.
Ice House says that he middles you, and that's one of the best recommendations you can have.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You are traveling around the
Very
country
nice,
now,
very
and you don't
Yeah.
have to pay for your own way there and back.
Yeah, I feel pretty proud about this, all right? Yeah.
So it's been a long time. But you remember the magical days at Chuckles where
Yeah.
it was 500 people packed in there, and you get up on stage, you'd
Yeah.
see the Alan Stevens before, and even Bobby Gaylor, where he'd go into the restroom and
Like Kris Jenner and all them,
Yeah, smart.
I think it's going to be a big hit for me. Look for them in the stores. It's called You're in Luck. I think it's going to be a big hit.
That's not bad. I would.